welcome to a special Dewey Beer Excursion episode of
Brutal Battle. We have been excited for getting to this episode. I know we talked about it on one of our other Excursion episodes because we love the sours at Dewey Beer Company.
Yeah. Who doesn't?
I know. Anyone who's had them knows they're like the cream of the crop when it comes to fruited sours. And whenever we're in the area, we can go to Dewey. We do it, and we're mainly just drinking fruited sours.
I know. They have other stuff, but we just...
They do.
Don't drink that.
I feel like they do a solid job on their hazies, but like when they're the best, for us personally, when they're the best at fruited sours, like that's all I want.
Yeah.
Because I can get good to really good hazy IPAs elsewhere, like near our house. So it's just kind of like, why would we get them there when we can just focus on the amazing stuff?
Yeah.
So we brought two of the beers home, and obviously we'll be having them on our episode. One of them is a Secret Machine. The other is not in the Secret Machine line, but they're both fruited sours. So, yeah. So let's crack the first one, go over it. They're obviously both 16-ounce cans because that's basically all breweries do these days for the most part. Mostly. And this one is their strawberry pretzel salad. Now, this is a strawberry pretzel cream fruit smoothie beer, is what they say. And do you want to guess the ABV?
Like 4?
Yeah, it's 4%. 4%. I love it. I love the fact that it's 4%. That's wonderful. The second one is higher. I remember, and I should say that we have already had both of these.
We've had both of these, yeah.
Because we wanted to make sure we were going to bring home ones we really liked. Do you need a little more than that?
Sure.
Yeah, because I just poured it and then realized, we're not doing like an on the shelf or something. We're actually going to like be talking about Dewey. So you might want to sip it for a while. Okay. It's got a very nice pink head on the top.
Very nice pink color.
Yeah, nice cloudy pink, obviously. Because it's a fruited sour, it's going to be cloudy like that. Smell? Pretty strawberry-y.
Yeah. Now, if I didn't know it was strawberry, I could be convinced it's raspberry.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that. But yes, plenty of berry. Let's just put it that way. Very
it's definitely strawberry because we know it's strawberry.
Yeah, very vibrant berry. It's also very creamy smelling.
I was just going to say that.
And it's got that like vanilla aspect with the creaminess, which kind of makes me think Cool Whip.
Yeah.
It really does make me think Cool Whip. And
have you had strawberry pretzel salad before?
Yeah, long time ago.
I know, it's been a long time. It used to be popular, and I guess
it is good. It
was like the 80s, 90s.
Yeah, it just kind of disappeared from
I'd like to have it
society.
again. I really liked it.
I'm sure you can find a recipe online.
Yeah, I wonder if it's as good as I remember.
Probably not. If you had it when you were a kid. I mean, most things you had as a kid are not nearly as good or watched or any of that stuff. You watch it or eat it or drink it as an adult and you're just like, oh no. I was very uncultured. I didn't know what I was doing back then. I smell a bit of a salinity on the nose.
On the pretzels, you think?
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, it smells fruity, creamy, vanilla.
Yeah.
Salty. It smells awesome.
Yeah.
And it smells slightly tart. There's not like a sour to it. It's just slight tart. Going in?
Yeah. I mean, it tastes exactly how it smells.
Ooh.
This is better than I remember.
It's a lot saltier than I remember, too. I don't remember really perceiving the salt when we had it at Dewey, but drinking it now, like, I'm perceiving a lot of the salt in the flavor. Mm-hmm. It's not killing the beer or anything. No. It just reminds you of, a nice salty goza. It's heavier than I thought, though. Do you get, like, a pretzel-y taste on the finish? Because I do.
I could see it. I mean, only because it's, like, in my mind. I don't know if I would pick it out if I didn't know it had pretzel in it.
Well, here's the thing.
But it has, like a bready.
Bready, yeah. But if you didn't know that pretzel was in there, you might be like, oh, it's kind of like that Naked Cheerio type.
Yeah.
It's kind of rolling with that, because that is also in there, and those are just kind of like combining the pretzel and the Naked Cheerio. So,
but definitely creamy, definitely very strawberry. Tart, but not over the top tart.
It's like an okay tartness. It's not like super low level tartness. There's a sweetness to it too,
from
but
the
it's
berries.
not too much, thankfully.
Yeah.
The vanilla, there's like a vanilla to it with that creaminess. This is good. This is a very nice, sessionable yet tasty beer.
I can't believe it's only 4%.
I also can't believe that with what it's supposed to be, that it's not like crazy sweet.
Yeah.
Because a lot of breweries, when they do a beer like this, it's like nasty sweet. Mm-hmm. But Dewey, they know what they're doing. Yeah. They know how to get balance out of this stuff. So, let's just talk a little bit about the setup. We did not go to the original Dewey location, which is in Dewey. We have been there before, and it is kind of cool. Like, they have, like, the sides open up. So, like, you know, you can kind of sit open air even when you're inside. There's not a whole lot of parking.
Yeah,
that's what sucks.
It's small inside.
Yeah, it's very small, too. That's the other thing. But we didn't go there. We went to their Harbison location, which is a little further out. There's plenty of parking.
Yeah.
And they also have the ability to kind of open the sides up, and there's a lot more seating on the inside. They also have a beautiful paint job on the inside of it that I think Rebecca may have put on Instagram.
Yeah, there's some pictures on Instagram.
Yeah, check our Instagram, which is
Brutal Battle Podcast.
Mm-hmm. And you can see it. It's like dripping paint of like really cool colors. It's awesome. They did a great job.
Inside is cool, and they have, you know, a decent amount of outside seating too.
One of the nice things is they have a whole station for water on the side where it's like a spigot that you can just kind of like the cups are there, and you can just kind of like get your own water whenever you need it. So that's nice. And then they have, you know, all the beers up on the wall, and
they have a lot of beers.
They do have a lot of beers. They have a ton of beers on tap typically, and like half of them are typically sours, and then the other half is usually hoppy and maybe like one or two lagers. So we did think about trying one of their lagers, but then we were like, we just want the fruited sours.
Yeah.
Ugh. So,
and they only do full pours or half pours.
Yeah.
No flights.
Wish they did flights, but if they're not going to do flights, at least they're doing half pours, so that's nice. But if anyone from Dewey hears this, please consider doing flights. I mean, I know it can be a real pain when you're busy, but maybe you just have a policy where it's like, we'll do flights if it's not busy. And I say that because we usually go when it's not busy, so that benefits us. So I'm just angling for this, just for us, please. Then we could try more. Then we could potentially try the entire menu.
Yeah.
And would in that instance, I think, because we do like what they do. So, should I go over the beers?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll go over the beers already.
Like just what we have.
Because I'm also going to talk about the food that we got when we were there. It's not from Dewey, but they kind of partner with a pizza place that's near them, but we'll get to that.
It's right across the parking lot.
Yeah. It's and it's called Pizza Machine. So here's what we had. The first beer that we had, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We did 6 half pours. So the first one we did was Secret Machine Pineapple Mango Colada.
That was very tasty.
That was very good. I'm not sure they had that one to go.
I don't think they did.
Yeah, I don't think they had that one to go. But let me read you. It's just probably what you would assume. Freshly cut pineapple and mango blended together in a refreshing colada delight. It tasted phenomenal.
Yeah, it was very good.
That was one of our favorites. Loved it. Sad we couldn't have gotten it, but the strawberry pretzel salad obviously is tasting very good, so we were happy about that. And we had that while we were there. I'm not going to say the next one because that's our second beer. We'll just talk about it then. We did get their peach mango orange secret machine, which is freshly sliced peaches with sweet mango and orange juice. That was tasty. We did enjoy that one. Then we got their Secret Machine Wild Strawberry Vanilla Blueberry. And this one is wild strawberries, vanilla, and freshly picked blueberries. The strawberry pretzel salad. And then one we actually did not like, which this is actually the very first time we've ever had a beer from Dewey we didn't like. Specifically a fruited sour. And this was their Secret Machine Kiwi Papaya Guava. It says the perfect tropical blend to get you through a midsummer heat wave. It tasted like sugar mud water.
Yeah, and it looked like that, too.
Yeah, it looked like that, but more importantly, it tasted like that. It was not good at all. It was disgusting.
Yeah, we dumped it.
Now, I don't know if it was a problem where, like, we got the dregs and that was the issue, because when it was poured for us, it literally was poured out of a can that was sitting there. So I don't know. Like, I thought it was going to be on tap, but it was poured out of a can. I don't know. That was kind of odd to me. But it was gross. It was not a good beer at all, and we were shocked that it was gross. Because everything else we've ever had at Dewey has been awesome. But, you know, it happens.
Yeah.
You know, no brewery's going to have a perfect run.
It was just weird because it was very thick, and it had, it was chunky.
Yeah. That's kind of something that, like, when I tasted it, I felt like Dewey's the type of company that I would think they just wouldn't serve that if it tasted like that.
Yeah.
So that's why I say maybe we just got, like, the real nasty dregs. I don't know. It's weird. Okay, going to our second and final beer.
Second and final beer is one of their secret machines. It is pomegranate raspberry lemon ice, and it's 7%.
So we were going to skip on this.
Yeah.
But it was recommended to us by our beer tender, which, by the way, they have, every time we've been to Dewey, they have very knowledgeable bartenders, beer tenders, servers, who can really help point you in the right direction. Like, one of them I was talking to, and I'm sorry I didn't catch their names, but they were awesome. One I was talking to, she had asked, I had asked her opinion. I'm like, what do you think? What should I go with here? We're looking at the fruited sours, and we want to try some. What do you like? And she's like, well, what's your thing? Do you want more sour? Do you want more, like, tart? Do you want it sweet? And the fact that she asks those questions to kind of, like, narrow it down says so much. Because we've been to breweries where the bartenders / beer tenders don't do that.
Yeah.
They're just kind of like, I don't know.
Or they just don't know.
Or they're just like, you want sour, you want hoppy, and that's about it. But the fact that they want more information in order to really point you in the right direction, it means a lot. Mm-hmm. And it's a great customer experience.
It happened last summer when we were there, too.
It did.
What was his name?
Gar,
yeah.
Like the fish. I will never forget that. Such a unique name.
Yeah.
He was so cool and so nice.
He did the same thing, too, because
he
was like, okay, because we picked out some we wanted, and we wanted a couple more. And he's like, well, if you don't want something too sweet, I would recommend this or that. And he definitely steered us in the right direction last summer, too.
He did. So we were going to skip on the Secret Machine pomegranate raspberry lemon ice, but we didn't, and we're glad we didn't. It was so good.
I hope it's tasting as good as it did there.
I know.
Because it was really tasty there.
Oh, we'll see.
Partly because it was such a surprise. It is a weird color, though.
Yeah.
It's a little murky.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little brownish in its
like
color.
Pinkish brown.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Okay.
I wonder what the ice part is. Lemon ice.
Yeah, it's not pretty. It's definitely not a pretty beer. It's really cloudy. It's that brownish, pinkish, like, yeah, not pretty at all, but
it smells so good.
God, that
I wonder if it's like lemon, like Italian ice.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe that's the angle they were going for with it, because I could see that, because it's like a sharp lemoniness.
It's like a sugary lemon.
But yeah, it's like a sharp but sugary and kind of like creamy lemoniness on there. And that raspberry is strong.
It is.
In a
I
great
get the
way.
pomegranate, though, too.
Yeah, I also get the pomegranate. I mean, the thing is, a lot of the times I view pomegranate as kind of like a whatever fruit. Because a lot of times it can just kind of have like a bit of like a dull flavor. It's just kind of sweet with like a little bit of like a fruitiness to it. Mm-hmm. But I feel like it worked well in this.
And man, they're hard to peel.
God, this smells awesome. It's like the sweetness and the acidity, the way it's balanced in the nose is so amazingly good.
It's like sweet and tart and sour.
Yeah. You get a slight Naked Cheerio note at the very end of it. Doesn't smell like 7%.
No.
I'm so excited to go in on this. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's just like all those flavors just work so well together.
They really do. And it's like, At my first sip, I was like, it's a raspberry explosion.
Yeah.
But then my second sip, I'm like,
lemony.
no. I was like, no, it's like a raspberry and pomegranate together explosion, and then that lemon comes in.
Yeah.
But it's also just like, it rounds out at the end in a soft way, and that's how it finishes on the palate. So, like, you get the tartness, but it's just not too tart or too sour, and it, like, kind of cleanses your palate a little bit, sets you up for another sip. It's really, really good.
It's probably one of my favorite secret machines.
Yeah, it is. It's special. It is something. If anyone has been to Dewey, or you can get to Dewey and you've been sleeping on this one, if it's still available, make sure you run to get it, because I know these things probably don't last too long. So, as we continue to sip on this phenomenal beer, one thing I do need to say that speaks volumes about Dewey is I hate the beach. I literally hate the beach. I don't like sand. I don't like how hot sand is. I don't like walking on sand because it's a little relatively tough to do. I don't like the heat. I don't like sweating.
You don't like sunscreen.
I really don't like sunscreen because it doesn't come off easy and you smell like it for days. Like, there's so much I hate about going to the beach.
And I love it.
But Rebecca loves the beach, so she always wants me to go with her. Dewey is what will get me to the beach. So much so that I have even said after our last trip where we went to Dewey, I will go back to the beach with you again this year if we can go to Dewey. Yeah. That speaks volumes. That's a big deal because I hate the beach. I will suffer through beach time in order to drink these Dewey beers and bring some home. Well, and that's the biggest thing, is just like trying all the stuff that you are interested in to take it home.
Yeah.
It's just so exciting. I love it. And what else is exciting is Pizza Machine. Yeah. So this is the last time we were there.
I wonder if they're related, though. Pizza Machine, Secret Machine.
I think they might be in some way. So the last time we were there, they were not there. So this time we're like, oh, there's a pizza place right there. Awesome. We can get some food.
And they have like menus on the tables with like QR codes.
Yeah. So you can pull them right up. And they're not in the same building. They're in the same parking lot. So you can it's literally like less than a minute walk between them. So you can just like walk over there, place your order, or call it in, or do it online, and then go pick it up. So it's pretty easy. But phenomenal pizza. And I'll read you guys what we got. We got the Shroomin'. Is shredded mozzarella, ricotta, mushroom blend, red onion, arugula, truffle oil, and house sauce. It is one of the best pizzas I've had in quite some time. Yeah. It is a killer pizza, and I can't wait to go back to Dewey, drink their beers, and try another pizza.
Like, literally yesterday, he was like, are we going to go back to the beach? Because I want more beer and pizza.
I'm not. I mean, it would be perfect if we could just go to Dewey and not go to the beach. But I know that
if we're going to make the drive.
Right, I know. If we're going to be that close, I know that you will need to go. And that's fine. And I will stick it out until we can get to Dewey. And then I'll be happy. So, yeah. I think that's all we wanted to say about Dewey.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
The only thing we discovered is Dewey keeps your card because we opened a tab.
Oh, yeah. This was something.
And Carlin's like, I'm going to walk over to order the pizza. So he walks over and he's like, not even gone very long. And he comes back like immediately. And he's like, I need your credit card because my credit card
is being held. Yeah. And when I ordered it and then I like opened my wallet, like I had this moment of panic. I was like, oh my gosh, did I leave it at a place on the boardwalk? And then I was like, oh, no, Dewey's holding it. And then I said to the guy, I'm like, I'm sorry. I need to go get my wife's credit card. Dewey's holding mine. And he's like, yep, fine. Happens all the time.
I'm sure it does.
I'm like, oh, yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a funny story, but yeah.
So.
We love Dewey. We love it. So which is your favorite of these?
It's pretty obvious.
Pretty obvious.
Secret Machine.
Yeah, Secret Machine. Pomegranate, raspberry, lemon ice for the win. But the strawberry pretzel salad, very good. So
very good. Very tasty.
Awesome stuff. So yeah, if you have not had Dewey before and you can either get it near where you are, or you can go there. It's not too much of a trip for you. Highly recommend it, especially if you like fruited sours. But like we said, they have other stuff. They have hazies. They have some lagers. Check out and definitely get the pizza. Don't skip on the pizza. Do not. Oh, and they have like their own. They serve like in-house restaurant stuff at their original location.
Yeah, at Dewey
just
Beer.
so people know, they have like a full-on menu that they cook stuff there,
which is also very tasty.
Yes,
we've been there.
Yeah, definitely. So, anyway, this has been awesome. Look forward to doing more Excursion episodes, and we will be, because we're continuing to hit breweries. So, do us a favor, hit subscribe to the podcast. Also, go ahead and tell people about the podcast. Rate us and review us through whatever podcatcher you use. And tell people to rate us and review us if you tell people about us. You can get back episodes brutalbattle.com, where you can also see photos for each episode of the beers. Also, archive.org if you just search Brutal Battle if you want to do it that way. You can email brutalbattlepodcast@gmail.com. Rebecca already told you about the Instagram, Brutal Battle Podcast on Instagram. And then Untapped, if you want to be our virtual friends and see all the beers we're drinking, which, we're drinking the same beers typically together. So that I am Carlton Malibu, spelled as it sounds, all one word, and you are?
Ruby Reb 62.
So I think I hit it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. So thank you, everyone, for listening. It would be cool if people emailed us knowing kind of the area we're in Maryland, like we're northeastern Maryland. And let us know, are there any particular breweries you really want to hear about? Like, have us do Excursion episodes on? Because, we'll look into it. Yeah. But thanks, everyone, for listening. Until next time.
Keep it brutal.